What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out something called the Fan Dance. Now, I don't really know much of anything about the Fan Dance, but recently we've started learning about the SAS. And a lot of people in the comment section of our previous SAS video suggested that we check out the Fan Dance. Supposedly this is a very intense British Army Special Forces training that I think is specifically for the SAS, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But don't really know what to expect here, except it's going to be one very crazy challenge, I'm guessing.
Yeah, some of the most harsh terrain, I think.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, this video comes to us from the channel Ryan Condon. As always, the link for this video will be in the description. But enough rambling. Let's go ahead and jump in here and check out the Fan Dance.
Oh, man. If I'd have got my tactics better.
Wow.
Anyway.
It already looks intense.
If my uncle was a bird, he'd be my aunt. So, there's no point talking about ifs and buts. It is what it is. I just need to come back and do it again.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so far this definitely looks like it's probably pretty intense.
Let me introduce you to, if you don't already know, to what the Fan Dance is by reading the opening paragraph of a welcome email I received after I entered and paid my entry fee. To go
you gotta
importance
pay?
we assign to mountain safety, a degree of context is required. In the summer of 2013, 3 soldiers attempting the reserve format of SAS selection died in the Brecon Beacons near the summit of Penny Fan, hence why it's called the Fan Dance, Penny Fan. 2 more candidates were hospitalised with serious heat-related illnesses. January 2013, an army captain died of hypothermia on the summit of Penny Fan. These men were all exceptionally fit, highly trained, and had already undergone at least 6 months of navigational and mountain fitness training in addition to their
That would scare me a little bit.
Backgrounds. I include this email as an example of the communications participants, me included, received prior to this exact same event that they're describing in this communication. Plus, I include it as a way of highlighting that this event, in their own words, is not a participation event. It is an authentic military timed race to the finish over a really, really tough course.
Wow.
Okay, that's something I was wondering about. I thought, just based on the thumbnail and, you know, him being a civilian, that it was just, oh, he's going to go out and,
No,
you know,
I didn't
he's
think
fit,
that.
but he's going to go try this on his own and see, you know, how he does.
Based off of comments, I gathered that people did it like it was like an event sort of thing.
Wow, okay.
The Fan Dance is a 24k route march over Penny Fan in the Brecon Beacons.
24k.
If anyone thinks that doing this in July is less of a challenge than any other time of year, then I refer you back to the email I just read out.
Heat stroke and...
Wonder how much the pack weighs.
I don't know. I was wondering that too.
It looks decently heavy.
Yeah, it
Okay,
does.
good. So we're on our way to the start line. I've got Tracy with me. I'm the only person. Yeah, they're just out for a while. I'm the only person that's turned up with his partner. Everyone else is obviously ex-military, you can tell. And I'm the only Wally from the people I've seen so far. Yeah, we've got a meal ticket.
The Fan Dance is part of the SAS UK Special Forces selection tests. Unbelievably, this is one of the last tests that the SAS candidates have to complete as part of a series of grueling tests for selection. When they complete this test, they do so having already endured a week of training.
Definitely ex-military. It's as much of a challenge to get through the banter when you register as it is to complete the actual task.
Okay, so basically what we're going to be seeing here, the intensity that it seems like it's going to be, is something that the SAS are going through after they've done a lot more intense stuff. And this is like what the final thing, I guess.
I don't know if it's the final thing, but one of the last things.
I think it's a final, but
weeds out the best of the best.
Right.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. All right.
I'm already intimidated.
Yeah.
Also, not the end of it for them. They also have to beat 4 hours and 10 minutes. That's the cut-off time.
24.
And they have to come in under this time,
24
or they get booted off the selection
kilometers?
process. That's it. They're not through. So 4 hours and 10 minutes is also the unofficial target for anyone entering into this event. 24k over some of the toughest terrain I've ever traversed, carrying a 45-pound Bergen on my back.
45 pounds.
Also having to climb Penny Fan twice, taking on Jacob's ladder. I'll come on to Jacob's Ladder shortly.
Forecast for today.
Wow.
Heavy rain. It stopped raining for the past 15 minutes. It's been torrential rain all morning, all night, all day yesterday, thunderstorms.
Oh, the ground is soggy.
That looks beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Though.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Brecon Beacons.
Brecon
On our way
Beacons.
to the footpath that starts the trek up to Penny Fan.
The footpath leading up to Penny Fan is just beyond the gate behind the phone box, and I will say that it's very misleading at this point as it looks simple, bordering on the mundane. Let me say now, in the calm before the storm, this course and this event is anything but simple, and it is definitely not mundane. We all stood around waiting for everyone to turn up. There was a mixture of clean fatigue.
Oh, look at this. Okay, I was just wondering how far that kind of, they'd sat down stones. I was wondering how far that went up. It looks like it stops already right there.
There's a lot of people doing this.
Yeah, there is. I was just wondering, like, I'm curious how many people are going to end up finishing.
Did he say in the beginning you have to pay to enter?
Something to enter, yeah.
Those doing this without £45 weight on their back, and those that were load bearing, me included.
Good morning, everybody, and good morning to the Fan Dance Challenge. This is a military-themed endurance march, one which you have been a volunteer for this morning. So, first and foremost, fucking well done for getting here.
We had our safety briefing, and you can tell that there was a real focus on safety, both in the prep and build-up of the event, the emails, and then again on the day by this safety briefing. It was also great to have a taste of military motivation. This works wonders in making me want to shift my arse.
Special Forces, and this is the first time march we do on that course, and it's cheeky. You'll feel it before you go over that summit up there. Your calves will be blowing, and you'll be wondering why you signed up for the first place.
We're wondering now.
By the time you finish, go through that gate down by the military box, and all smiles and cuddles.
I will say, spoiler, this ex-SAS DS who was doing the safety briefing didn't give me a cuddle at the end. I'm not even sure if he actually broke into a smile. This, however, might be because of his disgust of my effort levels on the day. You'll have to stay watching to the end to see if I actually finished this race or had to be rescued dangling off the side of Jacob's Ladder. Just to hark back to the first email I got, I am not exceptionally fit, I am not highly trained, and I have not undergone any navigational or mountain fitness training in addition to my already non-existent military background. I am an ex-fatty who specialised in eating and drinking and now thinks his above average fitness levels and weight loss is enough to get him through this ordeal. Welcome to this week's video. And we're off. It was a pretty muted
Okay, this
start.
already looks steep.
Because there was so many of us, it was bottlenecked pretty much to the top of the first hill when it really kicked off. This section was like a lead out in a cycling race. Everyone just waiting to get going, waiting for a space and the descent to do it.
Okay, we started. This starts a bit naughty.
That's not a good sign, is it? Oh wow, it does look steep.
Now, what I do
Looks very
have
steep.
to compensate for my lack of special service experience is an abundance of overconfidence and blissful ignorance, as well as my OCD prep and training. I took this event very, very seriously.
I think I'm taking it slower to begin with.
Pacing
I was
yourself.
then one of
myself.
the first to start running, which was a good feeling, which kicked off all the other load bearers, and everyone started scrambling forward.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
This is beautiful.
It really is.
You might not be paying attention to the scenery though when you're there.
Yeah.
On the grass. Easy and running on those cobbles. Right, sit rep. Feel good. Downhill. Try not to fall over. This is very undulating terrain. Very uneven. I'll fall over on.
It's pretty amazing. All those pavers are there.
I know, I was
God knows what's going to happen.
thinking that too.
Right, we descended into the valley, and then we've got this climb.
But that scramble or pace was soon shattered on the slow climb back up the other side of the valley, where all I could do was
Oh
keep
my
moving forward
goodness.
with as much effort as I had in me. When you're carrying this much weight on your back, the climbs become leg breaking and thigh burning.
We're just coming.
But
to the top. It's tough. It's hard.
Look at that hill.
I know.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
It looks almost like straight up.
The terrain was making it almost
That's
impossible
crazy.
to have any kind of constant pace. One wrong placed foot or a slip with a
Twisted
45-pound
ankle.
backpack and you can jar a knee, twist an ankle, or even pull a muscle.
Right, we're at the top of Penny Fan. Fitness-wise, I feel absolutely fine. Legs are fine. Back's fine. This bag is amazing. Amazing. I'm pretty sure the bag does most of the work. I shouldn't say that because I want to look really hard and also I've still got Jacob's ladder.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is coming up now. So we go down it, and then obviously we've got to come back up it. The only problem I'm facing is I've got blisters forming, bit bad ones as well. Some of the worst blisters I've had in a long time. Right, people have gone, and I'm touristing. This is why I'm losing time now. I can pick up the pace here.
I wonder what time of day this is.
I don't know. Probably early morning, I would think.
Oh my god, look at this valley, dude. That's so beautiful.
Whoa.
Whoa, this looks steep.
Oh my.
They even got a railing there. How steep
Now
is
we're at the
this?
I've said we're at the top, I think 4 times. Oh my God. Now.
Not stopping here, taking 5 minutes to repair the damage was a huge mistake, and one I won't be making again.
Oh wow.
Oh my goodness.
Jacob's ladder was no joke. The terrain and sheer steepness is what makes
Oh.
Jacob's ladder so tough.
Look at that.
Both going down and then of course
I could just
coming
see myself
back up.
slipping on
Okay.
rocks and falling all the way down.
This honestly looks placed this way.
Yeah, it looks like somebody's done that for stuff like that.
Have they? I mean, like, it looks...
Like a path.
On one hand, it looks natural. On the other hand, it looks man-made. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I can see it going either way, honestly.
Placed.
It definitely looks like it's been placed, though, to a certain extent. I mean, all the way down.
I mean, it's probably from this area.
Right,
they
right.
Probably arranged it. To,
Wow, guys, this is incredible. So he's got to go down this, and then somewhere he's going to turn around. So I wonder if it's like you basically go 12 kilometers or what out, and then you turn around and you're coming back the opposite direction.
I had to take this section carefully. The camera doesn't do the gradient justice. When you're carrying
Yeah.
45 pound of weight on your back, going straight down, especially straight down large steps, there is a real risk of toppling.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to topple. I was prioritising staying up. I also didn't know the course.
Yeah,
so
that'd be
I
hard.
didn't know the best
Yeah,
line
those have been
to
put
take
there.
downhill. Now that I've completed it, I feel I could have gone faster on certain sections, but I think I'd still take the descent on Jacob's ladder cautiously. It was so steep. Falling here,
Oh my
That would be
goodness, it
hard.
does look
max
steep.
situation. There wouldn't be any getting back up and dusting myself off if I tripped. And if you're a viewer of my channel, you will know that I do enjoy the occasional trip and roll.
Same, buddy.
If I'm falling over with this on my back, I'm breaking arms or legs, especially on this
Aw.
descent. You've done this before, haven't you?
Oh my goodness, this is a beautiful
I was
area,
gonna say, 'cause
man.
you know the better way to go.
Wait, what is...
Look how steep that is back there.
What is that? That's not where he came from, is it?
No, I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, you want to make this extra intense, it looks like running up this. That is incredibly steep. Wow. Okay, this whole area is full of
This
really
does look
steep
like
areas.
Some brutal terrain.
Yeah, brutal.
But beautiful.
Yeah.
You too, boy.
Thank you back, that's so Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Let me give you a fist bump. Yeah, definitely.
That's funny. He watched his videos. Small world. Ooh.
It's properly uneven ground.
It's like someone said, let's design a course where you have no chance of actually being able to run, and if you do try to run, you're at serious risk of injury. I can see why the SAS use this course as one of their test route marches. Unbelievably difficult.
I would personally think that you really wouldn't want to run, even if you could, because you do that steady march. Don't try to wind yourself as much as you would get winded running and jogging.
But if you're trying to get there in a matter of,
But someone
4
who,
hours
but there are people that obviously do it, right?
yeah.
They got to be very,
But
very
if
fit.
you've got a shorter leg span.
That's true. There's something to that. Yeah. If you're a little taller, you probably do this a
Have
little bit
more of an advantage.
Yeah, to a certain extent, at least. But I don't know, somewhat. Yeah.
Nice bit. Where's that?
Oh my goodness! Look at that valley. Oh my goodness!
The fog has cleared up.
Look
It's
at this.
beautiful.
Got a jog.
All right. Oh man, guys, I'm sorry. I've got to see this real quick. Oh my goodness,
Yeah, that's
that is
beautiful.
stunning.
It's green as far as you can see.
So lush and just amazing. I love this landscape. I don't know if I'd want to run this on time,
No.
but I would love to just
I'd
be
go have a
walking through here.
picnic, though.
Oh my goodness, how incredible! What a challenge this looks to be, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Sit rep.
There's people
Got a
going
jog.
down there.
Got a jog.
They're like, I'm done with this.
Done. I'm just going for a picnic.
Hour and a half. We've just ticked over. You all right, mate? Not really. No.
Not really.
Unlike ultra events and marathons, when you do those events, everyone's so positive. Everyone's like, no, I'm you gotta love the military, haven't you?
I then passed this guy who has reached the halfway mark and is already on his way back. Unbelievable skill and ability.
Oh, fair play, mate. You're smashing it.
He still hasn't got
When I
there.
got back to the car,
wait.
Tracy told me his name and the time he completed it in. He finished this whole event, bearing in mind he's also fully load bearing, so he's carrying the same weight. He completed it in 3 hours and 1 minute. He was 61 seconds away from going sub 3 hours, probably because he was walking when he passed me. If he was
Wow.
running, he'd have beat sub 3. I'm joking. That was unbelievable.
He's smashing it.
That's crazy.
He looks it as well.
I'll say now to anyone watching from the SAS, I know you are, if he isn't already in the gang, then you guys need to sign him up in the transfer window. If I was stuck in a zombie apocalypse, then I want him macheting his way through the hordes in front of me. Unbelievable. speed
Wow,
and
that's
power.
incredible.
I think I'm more impressed that he hasn't tripped over going at that pace than his actual finish time. These trails are like something from a horror movie.
Oh my goodness.
There is no way I could finish this. I would be so injured. I would fall to my death, probably.
Wow.
Yikes. Oh my goodness.
Okay, what's crazy is we thought just a few minutes ago he had turned
already-
around,
yeah.
but he is still going. It must be 12 kilometers out and 12 kilometers back, I
Yeah.
guess. That's crazy. This is some crazy, intense terrain.
And like I said, going down seems almost worse than going up.
Yeah.
Because with the
Well,
pack and the slippery terrain.
Going down is the slip. Going up is the being very winded.
Yeah.
Either way, it's tough both directions. But there's so many places I've seen so far that looks like you could take a simple misstep and you're gone down a hill or whatever.
Or breaking an ankle.
Yeah, or like on these rocks, man. Wow.
Well done, mate.
This is so incredibly beautiful, though. Oh, I love this little area.
Sure. Great, Ryan.
Ryan. Well done,
It's a
Ryan.
pleasure to meet you.
Tough old day, Ryan.
How old are you?
60.
60 years old.
60.
Load bearing.
Load bearing. He's smashing it. I hope I'm able to do this when I reach your age.
We then started moving down what I could only describe as a stream. At some points, the water was ankle deep, and
Oh
I
my
was beyond
goodness.
caring about foot placement or keeping my feet dry anymore. They weren't dry at all.
Nearly at halfway. Literally all we're doing now is just running in a river. Just a stream. All the rainfall we've had.
What was that? Oh, water.
guys.
It's got a camelback. Yeah. I want to see what that sign said back there.
It's now at this point that I was getting closer to the turnaround point, and I was meeting fan dancers coming back the other way.
I tell you what, one thing that would be kind of embarrassing though, a little bit, is if you felt good and you were like, I'm gonna just start running past you. You start running past people, and then you get so winded, and then they just slowly walk past you.
After they were like,
Yeah.
you know, the tortoise and the haircut.
Yeah,
situation.
right.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
A little bit. But
Yeah. But I think everybody on this is going to be running at some point. They're going to be
Yeah.
stopping and taking a break at some point. Not much of a break if you want to make time, though.
Turnaround point marks the point where we need to register our existence with the DS and start the return march back to the finish line, back over Penny Fan and back up Jacob's Ladder.
Well done, guys.
Dude, this is beautiful.
Cheers.
Everywhere is some
I thought
different
seeing those
landscape.
ahead of me passing me on the way back would be demoralising, but it wasn't. It was inspirational seeing men and women smashing it, and the camaraderie and positivity was amazing. Everyone I passed shouted words of encouragement,
That's awesome.
and I did the same. This is such a great event.
Aww.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, I love that.
You weren't wrong about that valley.
That's awesome.
The whole way round.
Hey?
Yeah, no, exactly the way around.
Not the whole way. I've absolutely no idea who those guys are. I love it.
The halfway point was a fence where we were literally told by the DS to touch it and Foxtrot Oscar away.
2, 3, 3. Turnaround point, just touch the gate, then you're clear.
I did reach the halfway point in just over 2 hours.
Oh, there's a road here.
Okay.
It makes me wonder if they, especially for an event like this, if they that they obviously, some of them are civilians, some of them are not going to be nearly as trained as a lot, the soldiers that would come through here and do this during their training. If they would have some sort of emergency people at each end.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because before I didn't think he was going to run to a road. I thought
I didn't
he was,
either.
Yeah, so
But
that's
it was like
interesting.
up to the top of a mountain and then
And back down.
Yeah.
Which, depending on how far you're out, if you didn't have any emergency people, there's going to be people that are going to get in trouble because they're going to just push themselves beyond their limits,
Still on for the SAS cut-off time that everyone wants to be, but to do so I'd have to complete the second half at the same pace as the first.
Oh, that's tough.
With my heel injuries getting worse and with Jacob's Ladder still to complete,
You're obviously already
that
tired.
was probably an unrealistic expectation. Both my heels were now rubbing on the inside lining of the industrial boots I was wearing. They were now boring a hole into my skeleton.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Oh,
now we've got
not
to head
good.
back. Head back. And over Penny Fan. And done. That's it.
I wonder how far he's come to the other side of Penny Fan now.
I don't know.
Like, I wonder if it's like Penny Fan's kind of the middle point between these 2 points. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It seems like maybe it is. Originally, I thought Penny Fan around that area was
Was
going to
the
the other
top
side,
or whatever.
and that was going to be the end, and
Yeah.
he'll come back or something. But this is obviously not the case. Oh, that's different.
Oh, look at all the ferns.
I love it.
Back up this long trek. Then we've got to walk through that river.
This would be one of my favorite parts right
And
here.
then we've got to climb Jacob's Ladder.
All of it would be my
Get to
favorite
the top
parts.
of that, which,
Yeah.
if I'm honest with you,
Well,
you're walking up steps. The worst bit is going down. I'm not falling over walking up. These 2 guys, I'm trying to pace them. That was his mate catching him. He stopped to change his shoe or something. This is where you lose time on the flats. Everyone's slow on the climb. But it's when it's flat and there's no trip hazards.
It's true.
Oh, God, I've got it, mate. Go on. Cheers, mate. Yeah, throw it. Okay, guys. We're coming up to the foot
Just sledding down that
Start.
hill.
yeah.
of Jacob's Ladder. Full transparency, I've lost time. So I smashed the first half, but I've lost time now, so I had to stop and sort 2 blisters. My feet are just drenched, soaked through, and rather than I did power through. I should have fixed them in the first half, but I powered through, and then blisters have got pretty bad.
I wonder, what do the SAS do when they do this? Do they take multiple socks as well? I'm guessing.
Oh, I'm sure you change. Change out.
I think if I was going to do this, especially seeing the trouble he's having with his feet, I think I would probably bring like 3 or 4 different pairs of socks. I'd just stop real quick. Even if my feet weren't blistered, I'd stop
I
and...
think the main problem for him, he was saying that his shoes were newer.
Yeah, that's part of it.
And not broken in and not what he was
Absolutely,
used to,
but the drenched socks,
Yeah,
the
wet
wet
socks
socks,
don't help.
is a huge deal, because if they were dry, it wouldn't be nearly the issue
Yeah.
that they are if they're wet.
So I had to stop and treat them. I had to do something. Otherwise, I would have amputated my foot. I'd have been
Oh my
walking on
goodness.
stubs by the end of it. The SAS, I'm going to say now, they're hardcore. Hardcore.
Yeah.
The fact that you have to
We've
wear these
learned
boots
that.
just to operate makes you hardcore.
The fact that they do this under severe time constraint, carrying their rifle, and after a week of full-on beasting, makes them hardcore. They're pretty damn tough.
Yeah.
Anyone that does this course, or anyone that has done this course, are also pretty tough.
Got to climb up that now. Start the pain now.
Oh.
I love that rush of adrenaline, knowing that the worst part of the whole event
is it over?
Is climbing Jacob's ladder.
Oh, it's not.
It's not steep. No, it is steep. Let me tell you back. It's not high. It doesn't feel high. I don't get vertigo on it. You can see why it's called Jacob's ladder.
Look at that.
Footpath's like a ladder.
That's incredible. Oh, look at that. Is that where they came from?
I don't know.
Hold on.
If it is, that's crazy. It must be.
It kind of, it looks like
the trail,
it.
Oh
my goodness.
All the up and down of the terrain.
Yeah, like
the elevation.
You can't fully grasp all that it looks like, when you're looking first person view, right? But like seeing that from behind, it just goes to show you like what this landscape is really like. And that is incredible.
Almost looks like another planet.
So you're trying to beat 4 hours time on this up and down landscape that looks kind of like this on 24 kilometers. That's a big deal. Carrying a pack.
Yeah.
That's a huge deal.
I'm trying to take my mind off looking at that. I've got to climb this.
I've said this already. This camera, especially in wide view, just
Look
doesn't do justice to the gradient.
Oh
on
my
this part of the
goodness.
course. The floor is loose shell, easy to slip
Who
on,
put
plus
these
the paving or the slate
stairs in or
used
whatever?
to build this ladder type path for this section is jagged.
My
As I
gosh.
mentioned, if I tripped here, I wasn't just going down, I was going down hard and probably staying down. So I was treating this part of the course with the respect it deserved.
Yeah.
On hindsight, I
That's
wish I
serious.
trained more on uneven terrain. I completed the Yorkshire 3.
Guys,
Looks like you're on the edge of the world.
it does. That's what I was thinking. It really looks like you're on the edge of the world. Like, look at this trail.
It goes right along the edge, doesn't it?
This looks like another one. I don't even know which one. I think it came from this one, but I didn't even know they were on the edge like this. That's incredible.
That really is.
Peak several weeks ago with the backpack, which did wonders for my endurance.
Oh my
and
goodness, dude.
That
navigating
is
inclines
insane.
and
Is it as steep as it
the
looks?
terrain here is
Probably
very loose,
steeper.
and there are sections where it's like playing hopscotch, jumping
Dude.
from one boulder to the
Holy.
next, hoping you don't miss and turn an ankle. I
Wow.
say turn an ankle, probably break an ankle.
Ooh.
Training on terrain like this for a good time is a must and something I wish I did more of.
Oh my goodness.
What have
That is insane. Wow.
I'm going to do that, buddy.
Oh.
It's downhill. Not far now.
Oh my gosh, your legs would feel like jello at
Jell-O,
this point. Burning.
It literally looks like the edge of the world there. It really does. That's no joke.
Go on, guys.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. That's fun, wasn't it? Good views. Top of Penny Fan. Top of Jacob's Ladder. Done. That's tough. Jacob, I'll give him that.
That would feel good to make it back to that place.
I can't even talk. Jacob's Ladder is tough.
I love the valleys, man.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm trying to run. I'm trying to run.
Are you sure you've been to that?
Oh, yeah. You're too kind.
She's sweet.
Hey, mate. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've gone all that way about falling over. I'm not going to do it now. I'm trying to run. I just need to get over this. And then it's the phone box and the finish line.
Turned
How
into
tough are the
a
SAS?
nice
I'm going to
day
say
right
now,
there
they're
for a
pretty
minute.
tough. I'm going to give them that.
Yeah.
Big tick. You get my seal of approval, guys. This is a tough gig. Sub 4 hours. This, Jesus. If you can do this sub 4 hours, you are something special. If I'd have got my tactics better. Anyway. If my uncle was a bird, he'd be my aunt. So, there's no point talking about ifs and buts. It is what it is. I just need to come back and do it again. I'm already haven't finished, and I'm already talking.
You don't
about
know what to
it.
expect.
This is pretty tough, guys. This is pretty tough. I
Pretty
take my hats
tough.
off
That's
to the
really
SAS.
tough.
I take my hats off to anyone that's done this course. These guys are monsters.
This event is not for the faint-hearted and one really hard challenge that I needed to overcome. It nearly broke me doing it as well. I 100% want and need to return to this event at some point.
Okay. All right, I can see the finish line.
Oh,
See the
imagine
front
how good
box?
that feels.
Yeah.
Lost a toenail. I just felt
Oh
my toenail. The finish
no.
line. I can see the finish line.
Oh.
Forget about that. Let's look at the finish line.
If I can lean down some more, lose a bit
Oh,
more
that would
weight,
feel
become a bit
good.
stronger, hit the gym, train with the Brecon on uneven terrain, and obviously buy a much better, more flexible pair of boots because they're too rigid, then I've definitely got a better time in me. Whether that time is sub 4 hours and 10 minutes, I'm not sure, but I definitely think I've got a sub 5 hour in me. So, with Tracy clapping me over the line, she is always by my side, clapping me over any finish line that I attempt, and with a group of very impressed DSing staff.
That's awesome. What was this time?
Thank you. 223, yeah.
Ryan,
Yes. I think it is.
was it good?
Yeah. That was no nonsense, that route, innit?
I crossed the finish line in, and I had to check the official email for this. I crossed the finish line in a rather lukewarm 5 hours and 21 minutes. Unfortunately,
Hey,
guys,
with all
I'm sorry
those
to say,
issues
Yeah.
you have,
I
that's
did
still
not
really
make it
impressive.
into the SAS. I'm sorry to let you all down. As I finished the race,
Very few people
gate
could.
beside the red telephone box and asked the ex-Special Forces DS member if he had run it as well.
Did you run it? Were you the guy?
No, I didn't run it.
It was because for some strange reason I thought he had and wanted to say to him, well done, even though he was fully dressed. I just assumed he'd just done it really easily. In conclusion, this event, the Fan Dance, is not one to be sniffed at. The route, the terrain, especially the terrain, which is brutal, is a really, really tough challenge. And I'm very pleased to have been part of it and to have completed it. Will I return next year? Maybe. I don't know. It's a year off. I haven't really thought about it. I'm still processing what I've just done. But I really did enjoy it. I enjoyed the planning and the prep and the build-up. I didn't enjoy the boots. I enjoyed the training for it, going for long runs and shuffles, carrying a heavy backpack, which was a new way of training.
Wow. Guys, to say this looks tough would be an understatement.
So much respect for people who can do this. And
Yes.
push through and are able to finish, and no matter what time. But wow, can you imagine being the guy who did it in 3 hours? Like,
No.
that's crazy.
Seeing this, I can tell how tough this challenge is. You can see, especially when we got to kind of start seeing from behind just how steep some of these areas were, and knowing that you've got all these rocks everywhere when you're coming down, going up, and you just the mud, the boggy mess from when it's really wet and whatnot. This overall looks like a very, very intense
Just brutal.
course. Yeah, just brutal.
And hats off to Ryan for finishing in such a strong morale, because how just foot issues
Yes.
like that. Oh,
I've dealt with foot issues from hiking. Nothing
and
this intense.
distance at this pace,
Right, nothing like this, but I've dealt with some definitely feet issues because of stuff like this. Not like this intense or anything, but I can only imagine what his feet were feeling like with not changing his socks, new boots, on a course like this.
and
His
still
feet had to be tore up.
stay so positive
Yeah.
and finish was really
Yeah,
awesome.
a lot of people wouldn't have finished. A lot of people would be like, "I'm done, man."
Yeah.
So
So I think that just shows his mental toughness for sure.
Yes, absolutely. And it's incredible that the SAS actually do this course after a week of other, who knows what, intense training they're going through.
Yeah.
I would actually like to know, what are the SAS doing in that week that leads up to this? If you are not at least somewhat fit, not prepared for it, you may end up having a medical emergency out here.
Or if you're any level of clumsy.
Or you might have a medical emergency because you'll be down the hill somewhere.
Even if I wasn't trying to do it in 4 hours.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, like I personally, when he said 5 hours and 21 minutes, I'm like, that's good, man. You didn't quite get your goal, but compared to a lot of people, I mean, if you put the average person out here to do this, you would have beat the average person, I believe, in 5 hours and 20 minutes.
But I get it, knowing you could have done better if
Yeah.
these, if certain things
Absolutely.
were different. It's
Yeah.
hard not to want to go back and read.
Yeah. So I think personally I probably would want to go back, like he's talking about probably doing.
Because you could do better.
Because now I'd go back knowing what it's like. I'd go back and be like, I'm taking a couple pairs of socks. I'm going to hopefully go when it's not as wet, not as rainy or whatnot.
Well, I think this area.
Yeah, it's hard. I know it's hard to always understand if that's going to be the case that day or not. But, definitely things you could change it up. And considering you got 5 hours and 20 minutes, I'm guessing he could cut that by a substantial amount if his feet felt a little better during the second half of this. But guys, incredible. I'm glad we checked this out. Yeah. Let us know what similar stuff we should check out, whether it's like beautiful landscapes, obviously, other hiking areas, and also obviously training for the British military, SAS or other branches or special forces. But guys, I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments and suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey. Until next time, peace.
Bye.